I'm Jordan and you're not. So, you might be wondering or asking yourself, Jordan, where have you been this past year? What have you been up to? Well, I've been going through a depression. So, luckily, I have all these drugs to help me out. Lots of sweet, sweet, precious drugs to get me through the pain. But that's okay. At least I have the Duncan goblet to keep me company. Okay. So, anyway, this is going to be my review on The Substance. This is a crazy ass movie that I saw last night. So, it's not, for some reason, it's not playing at my theater, so I had to travel like an hour away during a thunderstorm to see this movie. So, yeah, I almost died just to go see this movie because I'm hardcore. So, so this movie is directed by, forgive me if I say this wrong, Coralie Farge or something. Coralie, I'm sorry. So her first movie was one she did called Revenge, came out a couple years ago, where this woman gets assaulted. I have to not say S-A. Assaulted by a bunch of guys, and then she goes after them and gets revenge. And it's kind of like a I spit on your grave or I hawk Tua on your grave, sort of like that. But this one is more. I don't know if it's not really. It's body horror. So I'm not really too familiar with body horror that much, but this one, oh my gosh. But like, get out of my way, drugs. So this one, like the very first, it started out okay. Like I was kind of, is this going to get better? But then like the last 30 minutes, holy shit. So we have Demi Moore, who plays I guess an aging actress named Elizabeth Sparkle. Was it Sparkle or Sparkles? I wonder if she's related to Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother. Anyway, so we see her. I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. So if I accidentally spoil it for you, tough. So we see her get her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then like it's like a big hoopla, a big to do. Everyone's, oh Elizabeth, oh you're so awesome, you're so great. And then we kind of see it kind of ages over time. Like, what's that? What was she in? She was doing something back in the day. I don't know, whatever. So she's wanting to get back in the spotlight, and now she's doing like some kind of aerobics show, like kind of like Susan Powder or Leslie Sansone or something, where like she's just like a kind of, I guess a has been basically. I don't want to like. So she wants to get back on top, and she doesn't. She feels that she's not pretty or or beautiful no more. So she, oh yeah, she's in a car wreck. So yeah, she gets in a car wreck, and then someone suggests The Substance. So she looks into The Substance. The substance comes in a little glass vial. So she calls the place, and then she gets the substance, and she has to follow all these rules, like take one dose this day, and then the rest of the day you gotta inject yourself with this a certain amount of time for each day, and all the things you gotta. And then this person, this other woman, crawls out of her back. Like it's so disturbing. And so then Elizabeth, Demi Moore, she kind of goes into hibernation for a week, and then this new woman takes over. Margaret, is it Margaret Qualley? Like, so she's young and she's beautiful, she's sexy, she's naked, of course. And then she kind of takes over Elizabeth's life for a week, and then she has to. And then while her aged, naked body is in hibernation, Sue, the new girl, has to kind of keep Elizabeth's body going, kind of like feeding it little fluids or kind of gender fluid while she. Don't cancel me. So she has to feed her fluids while in the week, and then she meets up with Dennis Quaid, who's like this big, sexist Hollywood producer, douchebag, Weinstein kind of type of person, and he's going to make her a big star. And you know what the big thing she's going to do is right back into aerobics. because that's apparently the big thing to do in Hollywood. Just you can become a big celebrity star, you just go right into doing exercise tapes. I get it. I've been trying to work on my weight loss again, which I've lost a pound maybe. I'm doing great. And so then the week comes up, and then Elizabeth comes back, and then somehow or another she messes up the abstinence, and then her finger kind of starts getting all decrepit and rotten and gross and disgusting, and she calls and she's like, "You gotta fix this," and they're like, "Nah, bitch." And so then they kind of keep trying to mess with the older kind of messes with you. It's sort of like maybe like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. So like where one kind of messes with the other, and then it all leads up to New Year's Eve. And so The Substance is a New Year's Eve movie, and I'm gonna try hard not to spoil that for you. So let's just say the Dennis Quaid, the big Hollywood producer guy, wants Sue to be the headliner for the New Year's Eve show because it's going to be like 50 million people watching. Excuse me. I've been drinking too much of my Dunkin' goblet. And then that's when Demi Moore, who's kind of like, she starts to get. This is where like the special effects really get awesome. Like she becomes this thing. This creature looking. I don't want to say too much. I'm going to try not to because I really want to tell you, but I don't want to spoil it. So she becomes the thing, and think of it like John Carpenter's Thing. Not his actual thing, but the movie The Thing. Okay, keep that in mind. And so Sue and Elizabeth kind of go head to head on New Year's Eve, and then the whole pandemonium happens. Like the last 30 minutes is where this movie gets great. Like I think, like I said before, when I was very first watching it, I was like, I don't know if this movie's any good or not. I was checking my phone, seeing if all my baby mamas were messaging me or anything. And then the last 30 minutes, whoa, like I probably should buy this on Blu-ray when this comes out, or get a 4K Blu-ray player and then buy that, and then buy the poster, and then get a collectible of the creature thing. And then there's so much blood, so much gore. I mean, it's not the goriest movie I've ever seen, but there is a very decent amount of gore. Like, I was actually laughing and smiling at how gory it was, like in the last 5 minutes, because I'm psychotic. So, in all, I don't love it, but this movie does deserve an A+. I really did like it. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, this movie does deserve an A+, and it deserves some recognition. But hopefully, I don't know, somehow the Academy Awards it'll win Best Picture somehow next year. I mean, I'm sure it'll be tough going up against Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, or I think they said Halloween Ends was going to be up for an Academy Award eventually someday because it got snubbed a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's The Substance for you. I can't. It's just it's just so weird and bizarre and crazy and traumatizing, and just it really gets under your skin. It's a very decent body horror movie, very similar to David Cronenberg, which I haven't really seen much of his. I'm trying to sound smarter than I actually am. Okay, so if you have the opportunity to go see The Substance, please do. I'll see you around sometime. Bye. Are they gone? Is everybody gone? Can I go? Man, it's tired smiling like that. Gosh.